What if I told you this small hatchback can embarrass sports cars that cost twice as much? The 2017 Ford Focus RS isn't just another hot hatch. It's an all-wheel drive monster with a wild drift mode that completely changes how this car behaves. It looks practical, almost normal, but the moment you hit the gas, it turns into something seriously aggressive. So is this just hype? Or is the Focus RS actually one of the most exciting driver's cars ever made? And more importantly, does it still make sense to buy today? Let's find out. The 2017 Ford Focus RS isn't just another version of a practical daily car. It's the most extreme evolution of the Focus lineup that Ford has ever built. Known for producing everyday vehicles for the masses, Ford took a bold step by turning this humble hatchback into a serious performance machine designed to compete with some of the best hot hatches in the world. What makes the Focus RS special is its global significance. For the first time, Ford brought the RS badge, previously limited to select markets, to a wider audience, including the US. This wasn't just a new model launch. It was Ford proving it could go head-to-head with performance icons from Europe and beyond, all while keeping a relatively accessible price point. Visually, it still carries the familiar Focus shape, but with a much more aggressive personality. Wider stance, sharp lines, and a presence that hints there's something far more powerful underneath. It's designed for drivers who want practicality during the week and pure excitement on the weekends. But here's where things get interesting. Beyond the looks and hype, does the Focus RS actually deliver a driving experience that lives up to its reputation? And how does it hold up today against newer performance cars? And in today's market, where many performance cars are becoming more refined and less emotional, the Focus RS stands out as something different, something more connected. So who should buy it? Enthusiasts, weekend drivers, people who want a car that feels special every time they start it. But for those who prioritize comfort, fuel efficiency, or a quiet daily commute, there are better options out there. In the end, the Focus RS isn't trying to be the best at everything. It's trying to be unforgettable. And in many ways, it succeeds. But what do you think? Would you choose this raw, high-energy hot hatch over newer, more refined rivals? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more honest car content. Then there's the balance. It's exciting, no doubt, but it demands your attention. This isn't a relaxed, easygoing hot hatch. It's a car that expects you to be fully involved every time you get behind the wheel. So here's the real surprise. The Focus RS doesn't try to be perfect, it chooses to be exciting instead. And that decision makes it stand out, but also makes it less practical for some drivers. Which brings us to the biggest question of all. Does that raw, thrilling experience actually make it worth buying today? Or do the compromises hold it back when it matters most? So after everything, where does the 2017 Ford Focus RS really stand today? The answer is surprisingly clear. This is not a car for everyone, and that's exactly why it's so special. If you're looking for a smooth, comfortable daily driver with a relaxed personality, this probably isn't it. The stiff ride, the aggressive tuning, and the constant need for driver engagement can feel like too much in everyday situations. But if you're someone who genuinely loves driving, someone who wants to feel every corner, every burst of acceleration, every bit of feedback through the steering wheel, then the Focus RS delivers an experience that's becoming increasingly rare. It's raw, exciting, and unapologetically focused on performance in a way many newer cars have moved away from. From a value perspective, it still holds strong. You're getting all-wheel drive performance, bold styling, and a truly engaging driving experience at a price point that often undercuts newer competitors. And in today's market, where many performance cars are becoming more refined and less emotional, the Focus RS stands out as something different, something more connected. From a value perspective, it still holds strong. You're getting all-wheel drive performance, bold styling, and a truly engaging driving experience at a price point that often undercuts newer competitors. But here's the catch. It's not the most comfortable car for everyday driving. The ride can feel stiff, especially on rough roads, and long commutes might remind you that this is a performance-focused machine first, and a daily driver second. Fuel economy is decent for what it offers, but clearly not its main priority. And while the practicality of a hatchback is still there, the overall experience leans heavily toward enthusiasts who value performance over comfort. Intense performance moment. Now here's the twist. Despite all this performance and excitement, the real question is how it stacks up in terms of value today. Is it still a smart buy compared to newer, more refined competitors? Or does it fall short where it matters most? Intense corner action. This is the moment where the 2017 Ford Focus RS either proves it's legendary or just overhyped. And honestly, the first time you push this car hard, it hits you instantly. This thing feels alive in a way most modern cars don't. Take it into a tight corner, and the grip is almost shocking. The all-wheel drive system pulls you through with insane confidence, and the car rotates in a way that feels playful rather than predictable. It's fast, yes, but more importantly, it's engaging. You're not just driving it, you're working with it. And when you switch into its more aggressive driving modes, the personality completely changes. It becomes sharper, louder, and far more intense, like it's constantly daring you to push harder. But here's the turning point, and it's something you notice just as quickly. That same raw, aggressive setup that makes the Focus RS so thrilling can also work against it. On regular roads, the ride feels stiff, sometimes even unforgiving. Every bump, every rough patch of asphalt reminds you that this car was built with performance as the priority, not comfort. And while that might be perfect for enthusiasts, it can feel a bit too much for everyday driving. Now this is where things start to get really interesting. The 2017 Ford Focus RS might look like a practical daily driver at first glance, but once you dig deeper, it reveals a completely different personality. Let's start with the design. Up front, you get a bold, aggressive grille, large air intakes, and sharp headlights that instantly give it a performance-focused identity. Move to the side, and those muscular fenders and sporty wheels make it clear this isn't your average hatchback. And at the rear, that massive wing isn't just for show. It hints at the serious performance this car is built for. It's subtle enough to blend in, but aggressive enough to stand out when you want it to. Step inside, and things get even more focused. The cabin is built around the driver, with deeply bolstered sport seats that hold you tight during spirited driving. The steering wheel feels thick and purposeful, and everything is laid out in a way that keeps your attention on the road. You won't find ultra-luxury materials here, but that's not the point. The Focus RS is all about function and driving engagement. It gives you just enough tech to stay modern without distracting you from the driving experience. But the real magic happens under the hood. This car is powered by a turbocharged engine that delivers strong, immediate acceleration, and when paired with its advanced all-wheel drive system, it completely transforms how the car handles. Grip feels almost endless, especially when you push it through corners. And then, there's the famous drive modes, including a special setting that changes how power is distributed, making the car feel more playful and dynamic than you'd expect from an AWD system. On the road, it feels raw, connected, and alive. You can take it through tight corners, and it just sticks, giving you the confidence to push harder,